Okay, I've got a 94 Ford F-250 with a 7.3 IDI turbo in it. It is not the Power Stroke. If you don't know if yours is an IDI or a DI, you probably shouldn't be doing this project. Anyways, I couldn't find any YouTube videos that talked about changing the glow plugs. My truck was getting hard to start, and I knew it was time to go through the glow plugs and test them and change them. And there's a few of them that are an absolute nightmare to replace, and so I wanted to go over the tools that I found absolutely necessary to do this job. So I needed to get some long needle nose pliers. I don't know that you need the 90-degree bend. These worked well for me. I needed this flexible line wrench. The glow plugs that you'll use have a 3/8 inch drive or 10 millimeter. And yeah, speaking of the glow plugs, all the forums the guys talk about, you got to use the Beirus. The Beirus, don't use, any other brand because they suck. So I needed the ZD9s. I got them on Amazon for a really good price, way cheaper than I could get locally, probably half the price of what I could get locally. Then you need some bulb grease or dielectric grease. The wire that goes to the top of the glow plug here, oh my gosh, it's a nightmare to get off sometimes, and there's this white insulation that'll crack apart, and you want to make it next time you have to do it easy to get the wire off. So just blob some dielectric or bulb grease here so that they're easy to get off. And then also get anti-seize compound on your threads. Then in some of the wells where the glow plugs were, my truck just had all this crap on it. It was like leaves and dirt and all kinds of crap, and I was afraid it would fall into the glow plug hole and plug it up. So I used cotton balls, globbed them with Vaseline, put them on the end of my pliers, and just dunked it in that wheel well to pull out as much goop as I could. I found that really helpful. So the cylinders that you'll really have trouble with are the number 5 and the number 7. That's the passenger side. The rear ones, the last two, the most rearward glow plugs under the turbo. And what I found, I could not get them out any other way until I used a 1/4 inch drive socket with a 1/4 inch swivel, 1/4 inch 6-inch extension, and then I had to neck it down to my 3/8 drive socket driver. Then you'll need a multimeter to check the resistance on the glow plugs, unless you're going to just replace them willy-nilly. But I tested all mine, and like 5 out of the 8 were bad, so it's definitely time to change them. And they were all Beirus in mine too, so I don't know if they were the original glow plugs or not. So on the multimeter, you would set it to my meter goes to 200. That's the lowest ohm setting. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you can see that. So here I've got it set to 200, and this is what'll show if your glow plugs are out of range. So you're looking for a number under 1.2. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but I'll try to do it one-handed. You want to get one lead on the nut part, and then one lead on the tip. Yeah, one lead on the nut and one on the tip, and see the reading, 0.3. Okay, I'm at 0.4. That's it. You want to look for something under 1. When they're bad, it'll read like that. It'll look like that. And just chuck them. The ones that were hard to get to, I just replaced them anyways with the new ones. And if the plug was bad, I'm just going to put it in my toolbox. So the other thing I had to do was, you've got to remove your whole air filter assembly. And I removed this one. It's some kind of solenoid or I don't know, vacuum switch. I mean, on the back of the turbo, only 2 bolts. I ended up undoing one lead of the glow plug relay, and I would test your relay before you go to all the trouble of replacing your glow plugs. I'm not going to talk about how to do that in this video. If you got a good manual, it'll tell you how to test the glow plug relay. it's really easy. If you have a test light or a multimeter, make sure your both batteries are the negatives disconnected. And let's see, yeah, you can get them out using the tools I described. You can get both of those out. It was actually, I dicked around with them for, oh my gosh, so much yesterday until I bought that 1/4 inch swivel and extension, and then boom, I got them out. It took me about 10 minutes to get these last two bastards out here. So it can be done. All right, good luck, you guys. Okay, one thing I forgot, if you're replacing these glow plugs, check your wiring. So you would set your multimeter to the continuity test, which mine shows a little speaker, and mine, they make a noise like that. That means we have continuity. So when you're testing them, you're gonna place one lead on this metal bar of the relay and put the other lead in the wiring, you know, in the end of the wiring, and it should test positive for continuity. If it doesn't, you got a break in that wire somewhere, and you're gonna have to get a new wiring harness. So I just recommend you test them all, make sure that's not part of the problem. So you do not need power to test continuity with your batteries disconnected, just on this metal bar, and then go to whichever glow plug wire you're testing. So one lead on the bar, one lead on the wire, and you should get a beep, or if you have one that the meter moves, you should have continuity. All right, good luck.